Hey Kevin, what are you looking at?
Well, I've got 3 little pieces of aluminum plate here. They're 1/8 inch thick, I believe they're like 50, 51. And this is a video request from Richard over in England. And he wrote in and he said, you know, I see all these arc shots. I see these great arc shots where you can actually see the electrode, you can see what's happening down there. But he said, I can't find anybody who has shown me, what are you doing with your hands? So with a simple little butt joint like this, these two just pushed up together, what I would normally do is I just come and start on one end. I would click my trigger and get the arc to start. And once I got my puddle formed right in there, I would just add a dab of filler rod to it and click it and get rid of the arc. I'm going to walk over to the other end and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to click it, get my arc started, I get a puddle, I'm just going to dab a little bit of filler into it to get a good joint right there and click it and stop the arc again. And then I'm just going to come back to where my first tack was and I'm going to click that trigger again and get my arc to start. Once I got my puddle going, then it's just following along on that joint with the right hand, trying to keep my distance above the metal correct. And at the same time, I am now feeding into that puddle. And if you look again, just on the left hand, that's all I'm doing is just using these first 2 fingers to grab that filler wire. I'm using my thumb like you were holding a chopstick basically, or a pencil, and I'm just working that filler rod out at the same time and just working those first 2 fingers. You're just gripping that filler rod and kind of using your thumb to help stabilize, and that's how you push that filler rod along, help to feed it into the puddle. And once you have that puddle going, you're going to be adding that filler rod into the puddle. Not the tungsten. Don't touch the tungsten. Don't go at the edge of the puddle. You want to get right under that tungsten, right into the middle of the puddle itself. And dab, and dab, and dab, and dab, and dab. So I'm going to be using my Everlast Power MTS 221 STI, which is a multi-process machine with AC, so that's how I can do aluminum with it. It's going to be set at 129 amps, and I'm using 3/32 filler rod, and I got a 3/32 tungsten over here in my torch, and an E3. So you see, that's what that movement would get you. If you were just to feed your, run your torch along at a nice steady rate, at a nice steady height, and at the same time, you're feeding that filler rod in. So one hand's nice and steady, the other one's just got this little hand motion with the fingers as you're going along, just feeding it into the puddle. So let me show you one other quick little movement, but let me tack this in place first and then I'll show you. So another thing I like to do, especially with like a different joint like this, whether it's a T joint or a little 45-ish like this is, if I wanted to make a wider fillet in there, I would be turning my torch, working my torch back and forth over that joint as I'm moving along, and I would feed it at the top and pull it down, feed it at the top and pull it down, and just let the torch bring the metal down into the joint, let it get everything get all nice and molten and happy and all back together again the way it belongs. And you can rock that wrist if you want back and forth, kind of like you're walking the cup, but actually not actually touching the metal. Or you can move the whole hand, which is normally what I do, is just slide the hand back and forth a little bit on my finger. But the whole time, you got to remember, you're dabbing, 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 dabbing up top, up high at the top of the puddle. Dab, pull it down, dab, pull it down. Okay, and this is what that looks like in real life. So you see, that's what that effect, that's what that torch movement would get you. It's just to sweep it back and forth and dabbing at the high side and pulling it down, dabbing at the high side, and you get that nice little ripple pattern in there. You get a nice wide fillet, So you'd have, you know, a really good joint on these two pieces of metal. This is where I just went over my first weld. This is over a bare joint right there. So Richard, that's just a couple of different ways that I do it. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up here. You guys are going to pop out to my website and see what's going on out there. And I'll see y'all next time. You know, you do a joint, you break it apart, you look at it, you know, cut it and look at it, get the bug out of here.